Shenanigans is a little YouTube channel that no one knows anything about. Yeah! I'm back. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'll try to be more consistent going forward. But here's a little how-to video to touch base. So, if you think that this right here is a pile of junk, you're absolutely right. It is nothing but a big pile of junk. If you're like me, you like having a garden in the summer, you like letting your dog out, and you don't appreciate your garden being dug up, you don't appreciate your trash being thrown all over every second night, and you're fed up and you don't want to spend $500 for one of those little garbage sheds. You don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on fences to put around your garden. You'd rather just catch the darn critter and relocate it, right? So, even then, you go to Canadian Tire, Ramaco's, etc., and you find like animal traps, and these animal traps are all $150, $200, $250 plus. And if you're like me and you work long hours and you don't feel like spending your whole paycheck just to catch a critter that's causing you harm in the first place, well, you're not going to want to buy that. So instead, you're going to want to get a pile of junk like this that costs you maybe, I don't know, $40, $45, and make it yourself. Here's what I started with. You know these grids that you use these to make shelves? You get these 10 bucks a piece. Anyway, I got 2 of these. The second one I actually cut a bit shorter. I cut these flush. You don't want the ends sticking out. These top ones stick out, and you'll see why I'm using this as a pivot point. Then you can use regular plastic zip ties. I went ahead and bought these, you call them heavy duty stainless steel cable ties. I'm using stainless because being a trap, it's going to be outside. Don't want it to rust. Plastic, the animal inside, one bite and punk, it's gone. So the metal ones, the animal, unless it has carbide teeth, it ain't going to chew through that. The last 2 things you'll need, a mouse trap. This whole thing works on a mouse trap. And then I took a piece of a coat hanger and I bent a little hook at the end. You want to make the rest as straight as possible, but I mean, if it's a bit crooked, it's not the end of the world there. Yeah, there's that. Okay, this. Oh, I almost knocked over my glass of water. Water's strong around these parts. Anyway, this is it's like one of those grocery bins, right? You can get those, at any hardware store or anything like that. So what I did to it, so I drilled holes, 4 holes each side, 2 at the bottom here, and then I cut a groove the whole length here. And now, the thing is that unless you buy this at the same store I did, you're not going to find a bin exactly like this. And what happens is this trap, my grandpa, very intelligent guy, and he made a trap, kind of a guillotine style trap, like not one that cuts the head off the animal, but it works like the guillotine. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyway, it's not how you build your trap, but I'm showing this more as a design to give you ideas. So if you think you want to do it out of wood, by all means, go for it. If you want to do it like this, go for it. Or if you want to weld a cage out of steel or something, go for it, right? I'm just kind of doing this video as a how-to to kind of show you the principle of how the guillotine style trap works, and from there you can, run with it whichever way you want. But you'll be impressed with what a mouse trap does. Alright, so this is the floor of your trap, okay? You can cut it to size, but bear in mind that when you Like, let's say your animal's in here, right? If you use the handles on the box, that's a bad idea, because now you're putting your hands inside. The animal's probably going to scratch or bite your hands. That can be problematic if the animal has rabies too. What you're going to want to do is leave yourself enough room that you can grab by here the parts that are on the outside of the trap, and that'll be your handle. That way you can handle it safely without worrying about the animal hurting you. So we're going to start off with this here. These, I don't know, stainless, whatever you want to call them, traps. So the way I pre-drilled these holes, now see how this is slotted here? This is going to be hard, but I'd build it on its back, but then you guys wouldn't be able to see. Actually, watch this. We're going to pass these ties through here, back around through there. Alright, once the clips are all in, you're going to want to go ahead and cut them with a pair of side cutters. But if you're like me and you're now in an apartment and lost use of your workshop, and you're working on your dining table while your wife's asleep so that, you know, you don't get caught, then you can just leave them like that and it'll be just fine. Next, we'll put in the door. So, remember how I was talking, there was about the steps, the ladder effect on this side doesn't slide well. So our box here, there's conveniently a nice smooth shape here for us. So we're going to use that as kind of our door sill. So we're going to have this slide against that. However, to do that, it's got to go through here. So because it's a bit on an angle, we're going to want these little crossers, if you want to call them that, on top. That way it doesn't grab when it slides. So I'm going to go ahead, put that in here. So see, so that's kind of going to slide like this. And then that'll lock itself in like that. And then see how that closes? Animal, I mean, it can push it like that, but unless it's the animal's 2 inches thick, it's not going to get out of that. See, can't get out. If that is an issue, however, you could, I guess, rivet a piece of wood through here just over the door to prevent it from lifting. You know, that way it would lift at like this at the most, and then you're not getting out of that. But for my purpose, that's fine. I mean, I'll try it like that, and if it doesn't work, I'll put a piece of wood on the inside here to prevent it from lifting. Anyhow, so now our door's in. So all that's left is to put some type of mechanism here that can close the door when it knows there's an animal inside.
Unless you want to stand beside it all night in a chair like this and say, "Come on, little beast. Come on, I'm just going to relocate you to a new place. It's okay. Come on." It's not going to work.
So, we get our Victor mousetrap. So this we're going to modify a bit. So first of all, you know, you normally put like the cheese on here, or peanut butter or whatnot. When you set the trap, this little hook goes on that little lever there, and with the pressure of the mousetrap pushing up this way, that's what holds that. And then as soon as, you know, something touches this, boom, it jumps. However, because now we're putting the weight of roughly a 3-4 pound door on it, that original little lever is not going to hold it anymore. So what I did, and what you're going to have to do, is take a pair of pliers and push that out a bit more so that your hook here has a really good grab on it. See, normally it has maybe 1/2 pound of pressure, and look at, see how I'm forcing 3-4 pounds and it's not moving. That's what we want. All right, so I'm just going to pass our zip ties through here. See, if I made these in a factory, I would probably get sued by the workers for making them put their hands inside a mousetrap under pressure to put a zip tie What a wonderful design by True North Shenanigans. Gonna get your hands shenaniganed. See, trap still works, so that should work. So what I got a 2-inch ring. What I'm gonna do with this is, like, let's say you're gonna use this for bait. So you can put a slice of bread, you fold it, put in there. I don't know, you can put lettuce in there, you can put a carrot, you just stuff it right through. You can butter the ring in peanut butter, whatever you like. So we're gonna get back to this. So now that your trap is zip tied like this, be careful with this because this thing is very dangerous. So let's just fish this little twist tie through here. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so you got this mechanism that goes here. You have this that catches there, and from this thing that sets it off, tie a string and pass that inside your trap. I think by now you know where I'm going with this. Okay, so now, all right, so see what I did in here? I loop the ring, and when I pull on that, sorry, this is hard to film by oneself. See, when I pull on that, I'm gonna set the trap as you would a normal mouse trap, okay? So I fold the part that kills the mouse. That's a good way to almost lose a finger. Alright, so see how the trap is set? Now watch this. I'm just gonna pull down in the ring, okay? Maybe half a pound of pressure. Bam! We've come up with a floor. We have a fully enclosed cage. We made a mouse trap into a mechanism that detects when an animal's inside, because then the mouse trap goes off, as you just seen. Problem is, now how do we contain that animal? Well, the answer to that is by looking at it this way. Okay? So by looking at it this way, what happens? Well, when we set the mouse trap, this arm is this way, right? Well, when the mouse trap goes off, what happens? This arm really rapidly goes this way by about 3 inches, right? From here to here. Now that our door's in here, we need this pin to hold it at this height. See how that crosses through and onto this side, that way it doesn't slip off. It's totally locked in there. And you'd be surprised, I don't know exactly the pressure, but this snaps back with probably a good pound or two of pressure, if not a little more. So that's more than enough to get this right out of there and make our door fall. What we're gonna do, bring that over. As it's down here, see, you're gonna want to get this thing through here and then push it. Push it to where it needs to go, like that. And when that's like that, then you bring this over. You're gonna tie this thing, or put that thing where it goes, and get your hand the heck out of there. Okay? Alright. So, this is Gavin, our house bison. So, Gavin, the house bison, is our pest that we're trying to take care of in this video. So, Gavin loves bread. He loves to eat bread, our little Gavin. Anyhow, the trap is set, and Gavin's gonna go inside and eat the bread. Let's see if we get Gavin. Yeah. Gavin's going for the bread. Gavin's been caught. And see? Now Gavin tries to get out. He ain't gonna get out through there. And guess what else we did? We just caught ourselves any creature that you could imagine that would fit inside here without spending $150 or more. That's what we just did. We just saved $100 for maybe, for someone that's not very handy, probably 2 hours of work. For someone that's handy, probably 45 minutes of work. I don't know. I'd say it's worth it.
Thanks for watching the video. We hope to see you again. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to see some more.